demonic angel, and today I'll just do, hopefully it's like a shorter video, just on something that I was thinking about for the last couple of days. And I've thought about it a lot of times before, but I never really gave it too much actual thought of, other than just sort of, I would say, scanning through it, recognizing it, but not really consciously processing it. So, and then also I did get a new light, and new curtains. So I'll be playing with the lights and different things like that, hopefully to make my channel a little better. But so I talk to spirits, gods, and ghosts on the astral plane, and they say a lot of things. Now, one of the things that you guys probably understand is that whole popular culture thing where, hey, the dead, some of the reasons that they stay behind is because they're attached to being confused about how they died. So they're not sure that they're dead. They don't really know. This could be because of Alzheimer's, or they died in a traumatic accident that was very fast. And that does seem to really be true in my experience, where I've talked to a lot of spirits, and I explain to them that they've passed away, and it's obviously all this form of denial. Like, they're like, why are people in my house? And I go in and say that. Now it's like, if people aren't not an empath or psychic, then they don't really care, or sometimes choose to listen to them telling, hey, this is my house, if those people who live there say that. So because of the elements of confusion with many spirits, I paid very little attention to this one thing that a handful of spirits over the years have said to me, and I thought this must be an element of their confusion, of like, they just don't understand they're dead, and or they think that I'm somebody that they knew when they were alive, because they're attracted to energy and not really so much what we exactly are as you as a person, or it's the energy. And that's why many of them attach to similar people, like the ghost of a gentleman who thinks that this woman is his wife. Not because it might be in some sort of a surface level way because they look similar, but it'll more have to do with the similar personality or psyche aspect that energy sees and attaches to. So they've said to me over the years, hey, it's the living dead girl talking to me. And that's what I meant, like, when I said, hey, I thought this is just an aspect of their confusion. And I was thinking about that, and I think my personal thoughts is that it might have to do with me remembering my past life. Because I've always thought, like, knowing magic, and in this intellectual way is fantastic. But behind it is this, I'm still like, why me? Why can I see these things? Why did I have all these paranormal experiences and now I am psychic? Or like, I still wonder why me. But they go, well, why, you're the living dead girl. So I think that what it has to do with is that I chose to remember my past life, and I also chose exactly how I would reincarnate. So I think that, and I'll save that, for another video. I think that has to do with they see that I know my way around the astral plane, because I knew I was going to die, and I did this ritual in my past life to make sure that I would be here, be what I ended up being. And it's not a mistake, it's what I set this in motion. So the period between my death and when my mom and dad conceived me was about 7 years. So during that time, I was just astral, of course, and was a kind of like a ghost, except I think that I remember a little bit about being dead. Not so much. I more remember my last life than I do about actually being dead, the in-between. That's much more hazy, so to say. But I do remember little bits of the way I felt. So I think that when I reincarnated, that they see in me that I can understand the astral, and that is the plane where ghosts and things are. There's other dimensions above this too, but that's where they are. They are ethereal, not body. So I really just think that it really has to be like that. Now, I am really curious to hear of other people's experiences or stories, like if particularly, like if you remember your last life, do you are you also psychic or have an ability of some kind? Of course, there's various abilities, but I just think that they might in some way mistake me as being dead. But I think that ghosts, in my experience, can see each other easier than they can see us, because they have to be able to see energy, and people who are psychic or open empaths, they are open to this experience of energy, so they've got this open perception. So when they can connect with a living person, they might think that they're still dead, and that, hey, you're just the new ghost in town, or the new ghost that's here. And then they realize that that you're not, you're living, because ultimately the living have to help the dead move on, and generally by creating this light, experiencing their pain physically, emotionally, psychologically, so that they can move on. Because people with abilities, we could get on their level, open ourselves up to these traumatic experiences of what ghosts have went through in their life. And as you mature, understand that those grounding rituals, so that you don't absorb their actual, take that on and live in, if you cross over somebody who committed suicide, you certainly do not want to be stuck in that mindset. But to be open to experience that, to help a spirit that was once human, is very gratifying, and it is what healers do. But I just wanted to kind of touch on that. I was like, I literally stayed up. I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I wonder if other people who remember their past lives have this experience as well. And it's just funny that I never thought about it too much. I just thought, oh, they're confused. And they are not sure that they're dead, or they think that I'm somebody that they used to know. But that's not really true. They, and sometimes, think that I actually am dead because, and I really think that it has to do with me systematically making sure that I remembered my life, and that I would reincarnate in the exact way that I decided upon, and it came true. So that's really cool, and it makes me obviously really believe in magic a lot, because when I did it in my last life, I did all those things that I still do today. But when I chose to reincarnate, and it worked, and now I'm slowly coming to understand that I have this this last life self, and me now. Now I really believe it. And so your beliefs, that is what we in magic and the occult, we understand that, our beliefs influence our feelings, our emotions, and our thought. So pick and choose carefully what you believe, because it has so much power. It might even have the power to let you choose how you are going to perceive things in your next life. And not many people would choose to do that. There's a lot that I have struggled with because of what I am. But now my life is pretty balanced and grounded. But when I was younger, it was scary, traumatic, in those kinds of things. But okay, so leave me some comments. You can go check out my Twitter or my Patreon, and if you become my patron, you can get exclusive patron videos that I won't post here on YouTube, but just there, that are a little bit more in-depth and stuff like that. And I will probably do, some more tarot, and then I've been writing my grimoire, and I do want to do some more workings with the Goetia. And I'll just keep playing with the lighting and stuff here too. So stay tuned for that, and just let me know if you guys have any kind of stories about reincarnation. Thank you.